If you just watched the wall for 30 seconds, I apologize. But the first time I did this, the video was fine on the camera, and then when I uploaded it to YouTube, it cut the first 30 seconds off. So I just wanted to make sure that didn't happen this time. Think about a highlight from your life, whether it be a wedding, maybe you got a job that you've always wanted, or it could even be your first car. And think about that feeling that you had and hold on to it, because I'm going to talk to you about some highlights from my life. And I want you to be able to empathize along with me as I go through this. A big highlight for me was when I was a piano performance major in college. I wanted to teach piano lessons to bring in some extra money on the side, and I thought, well, I've been taking lessons since I was 9 years old. How hard could it be to teach lessons? Well, my first student was a little 6-year-old named Tony, and if any of you have worked with 6-year-olds before, you'll know that they're no easy task. I was in way over my head. I had a lot of trouble just keeping his attention, and lessons were half an hour long, and I think I probably had his attention for 2 minutes of those, it seemed. We would go 2 steps forward, 1 lesson, next forward, or next lesson, 2 steps back. And this got me a little concerned because we had a recital coming up. So I worked extra hard with him. I made sure that he was practicing, but still I felt as though he wasn't progressing very well, and I wasn't sure how well he would do at the actual recital. Well, the recital rolled around and he showed up looking very cute in a nice little tuxedo, but I still was nervous. Well, fortunately my fears were unfounded. He went up there and he played beautifully. I couldn't have been happier, and he even did a little bow at the end, just like I told him. I don't know who was prouder of him, his parents or me. It was just a wonderful experience to share with him. Another highlight came when I was doing a piano recital myself. I had to do a 45-minute solo, and I had to do it in front of teachers who were evaluating my playing and making sure that I did well enough to actually graduate. I had to do it in front of my parents and in front of my fiance's parents. Talk about pressure. Well, I picked the music out a year ahead of time, and I was working on it. Here is a sample. As you can see, there's plenty of notes in there for even a piano performance major to contend with. And I had other things on my mind, from graduation to getting married that summer, as well as other projects or other classes. So I didn't always practice as much as I should have. Still, I felt pretty good as the recital rolled around. I remember the first time, as I strolled out on stage, my heart was just going a million miles a minute. And it seemed that no sooner had I sat down at the piano, but the time was gone. In fact, so fast was my heart beating in the beginning that I found out later that while my music was supposed to be 45 minutes, I actually played it in 40, simply because I've been playing so much faster. But it went very well, and everybody congratulated me and said they really enjoyed it, and I felt a lot of pride in what I had done. The third highlight was, as I said, I was getting married that summer, and we were kicking around some ideas about where we might like to do that. And we decided on a destination wedding in St. John in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I was really excited about that. I'd never been outside of the continental United States, so an exotic location like that sounded great to me. Still, we had to survive the long flight down and some harrowing roads. It looked like they were about 90 degrees, and they drove on the left side of the road too, which was a little harrowing, but we made it to the beach, and my wife survived a nasty sunburn on her back a few days before the wedding. But the beach was wonderful. The waves were crashing on the beach. The sun was setting in the background. And it was just a perfect setting, even though I was a little nervous and had trouble getting the ring on her finger. And that is definitely a memory that I will cherish for a long time. Well, I hope that my sharing some highlights from my life will inspire you to think of some other highlights that you might have. And maybe that will inspire you. Perhaps you're going through a low light right now. Thank you.